Now, sports talk with Broads. Here's Hunter Brody.
The Philadelphia Phillies sweep the Washington Nationals in a 4-game series. That is the greatest thing to ever come out of my mouth. Fantastic series. This game in particular probably should have been able to handle business earlier than they did, but the moral of the story is they handled business. And Bryce Harper said, what? What exactly did he say? Oh, yeah, they need to win 9 of 10 games. What did they do? Oh, yeah, that's right. They won 9 of 10 games. And this team is thriving at the moment. It's an outstanding thing to watch. And there's a bit inside of me. I'm not going to lie. Look, I'm always honest when speaking into the microphone, so I'm not going to lie. There's a bit inside of me that is so juiced up over the Flyers' double overtime win in Game 6 to force a Game 7 after being down 3-1 that it takes away my excitement of this Phillies win to a degree. That doesn't mean I'm not amped up about it. That doesn't mean I'm not juiced up about it. But when Ivan Provorov scores in the second overtime to keep the series alive and force a Game 7 on Saturday, there is a bit lost in this Phillies victory. I'm sorry. I think that's normal, though, right? I think that's valid. That doesn't mean I don't care. Of course I care. Of course I'm still going to talk about this victory in extra innings. Of course it still matters to me. Don't you dare ever question my love for this Phillies squad. But, come on now. Flyers making some noise. Get excited. Pull a Tom McCarthy. Not a Tom McCarthy. A Tom McGinnis. Get excited for that Flyers team. That's enough of Flyers. If you want to listen to some Flyers conversation, I uploaded an instant reaction podcast, which you can find on this YouTube page or this podcasting platform that you are utilizing. I want to start early because in this game, the Philadelphia Phillies attacked early. And that was a big thing for me over the last couple weeks or so. There were times where the Phillies could have scored in the first inning, but they failed. Andrew McCutchen on third, big guys up in the lineup, early first inning, nothing. Well, in this game, it changed. And ironically enough, it was Bryce Harper and JT Realmuto to get on base. And they've been ice cold. There were times earlier this season where they were hitting home runs. They were getting multi-hit games. They were being aggressive. They were the ones carrying the offense and being the difference makers. They went cold, and early in this game, boom, there they are on base, and Didi Gregorius knocks them in. The Phillies are up 2-0. That's a statement. That's a statement to the Nationals. Get the hell out of my city. We came to play. Don't you dare think you're going to take one game of this 4-game set. No. We're going to come out early. We're going to smash the baseball. We're going to score some runs, and we're going to kick your ass on the bus so you can head down 95, right? That was the mindset. Now, I thought the Phillies allowed the Nationals in a couple times in this game where there was no reason to. Shut the damn door. They allowed the Nats to have second life. Specifically, when Roman Quinn is in center field and he assumes that his vertical is 7,000 feet. Hey, bud, I hate to break the news to you. You can't jump that high. That was an abysmal attempt of a catch. It hits off the wall. Here comes Trey Turner, who gets an inside-the-park home run, and it scores 2 runs. The ball hits off the wall. It goes into no man's land. I mean, what the hell is going on out there in the outfield? I don't know what Roman Quinn was thinking. Let the ball hit the wall, and then you play the bounce. You don't have to try and make this miraculous play all the time. He does that a lot, really. There's times where he tries to dive for a ball, and it gets past him, or he tries to trap the ball and he can't properly do it. He's always making those errors and mental mistakes out there in the outfield. Here's the thing. The trade-off is he's explosive on the bases, he's a difference maker on the bases, and there's times where he changes the game. The one that always stands out to me, there was a play recently where he's on third base, Andrew McCutchen hits the ball to shortstop, and he scores, which was a big run at the time, from third. Nobody else is doing that. I don't know how many people in the league are doing that, yet he scores a big-time run, and that's a difference maker, right? So do you keep him in because of the trade-off? He makes boneheaded decisions out in the outfield, yet on the bases, he affects the game in such a positive way that you have to look at the other side of things. Sadly, in that moment, though, it absolutely costed the Phillies. Now the Phillies take a 4-2 lead. Rhys Hoskins hits a bomb, crushes the ball. This thing left planet Earth. Staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive. I guess that's really not even making any sense. Staying alive. I was trying to go with staying hot because he wasn't in the lineup last game. Neil Walker was. He went 3 for 3, so Joe Girardi's decision looked smart. And we were questioning, is Rhys Hoskins going to come back into the lineup and be hot? And I sing staying alive? The hell is wrong with me? That doesn't even make a little bit of sense. But you get my point, right? Rhys Hoskins stays hot, hits a home run, been murdering the ball lately. Great sign. Phil's tack on another run. It's 4-2. The Phils could have blew the game wide open with the top dogs up. The sequence here, Bohm, who had a tremendous game at the plate, gets on board. Knapp gets on board. Another player who had a fantastic game at the plate, believe it or not. Rhys works a great walk, and I've ripped Rhys Hoskins apart for his walks this season. But there's a difference when you're actually swinging the bat, when you're confident, when you're hitting home runs, when you're producing, when you're doing great things for this team other than walking, and then you walk. That was a fantastic walk. That's a walk that I can get behind. You know, I actually had people tweeting at me, Broads, do you like that one? Yeah, that one I can get behind. That was a big-time walk in a big moment with a professional at bat. And he's actually swinging the bat, and he's being a threat, and he's being a weapon for this team. So, yes, I can get behind walks. I'm not anti every Rhys Hoskins walk ever, but there needs to be context. When he was walking earlier in the season, I wanted to blow my damn brains out. When he's walking now, I can support it. So, moral of the story here, you had bases juiced with 1 out in a 4-2 baseball game. Step on their throats. Don't let them breathe. Lock the damn door. But Bryce and JT fail. Now, how do I feel about that? They executed early on to give the Phils a 2-0 lead, yet here, big shining moment, nada. They stay cold. They hurt the team. Now, ultimately, do I understand how important they are to this squad? Absolutely. But still, in this particular game, that was a moment. That was the time. Get the hit. Thrive. Execute. And the next opportunity for the Nats, tie game, 4-4. Eflin allows hits. And I can question Joe Girardi here. Why pitch to Juan Soto? Why not put Juan Soto on first base? Why not intentionally walk Juan Soto? He wanted to gamble. He wanted Zach Eflin to have that moment. Well, that was a poor decision there, Joe. There's no reason for that. You're playing with fire. There's no reason to play with fire. A couple questionable moves for Joe Girardi. The second one is, well, hold on. First, let's hear a word from my sponsor. This episode of Sports Talk with Broads is sponsored by Orbit Energy and Power. With over 20 years of experience in the solar industry, they are home to your solar experts in both residential and commercial projects. They are dedicated to making sure your project is completed easily and properly by using high-quality materials and trained professionals to get the job done right. Make sure you check out their information. It's in the description. The second one I actually can get behind. Now, you could question Joe Girardi here. I understand questioning his decision-making, but I can get behind this one. Zach Eflin was pulled in the 7th inning. At this time, the score was 4-4, so it was a tied game. But Eflin went 6 innings, allowed 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 0 walks, 5 strikeouts, with 82 pitches as his pitch count. So let's not deny here that there were plenty of pitches left for Zach Eflin to go out there. He could have went out there for the 7th inning. But it's not like he has Austin Davis to go to, Guerra to go to, Cole Irving to go to. The bullpen has changed. The bullpen now has different players in there. And he went with someone like David Phelps, who in his debut with the Phillies actually did a pretty damn decent job. So while I get going with the mindset of, Joe, your starting pitcher had more time. He didn't walk anybody. Sure, he allowed a couple hits, a couple earned runs, but he wasn't a dumpster fire. At the same time, he wasn't great. I looked at Zach Eflin's night like this. It was okay. It's all right. Didn't allow 7 hits. I know Roman Quinn misplayed one badly, which scored 2 runs. But come on, Zach Eflin wasn't some Aaron Nola out there. He wasn't cruising with 9 strikeouts, only allowing 3 hits and 0 earned runs. It wasn't some terrible mistake to that degree out of Joe Girardi. I could get behind the pool. It just didn't work out. Sadly, it was one of those nights where David Phelps did not do what he needed to do out there. Now, there was a game-changing play. And I've been hard on Bryce Harper to this point, right? I ripped him apart for that spot in the 4th inning. Bryce Harper, heads up play, gets a ball in right field. David Phelps is still covering first base after a hit out in the outfield. Bang! Caught sleeping. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know what the Nationals were doing. Caught him sleeping. What did he think was happening? Rounding first base. What were you thinking out there? Bang! Bang! Got him out at first base. David Phelps stays on first. Bryce Harper casually looks like he's throwing it in. Boom! Goes over to first base. Now, why is that so big? Well, Michael Taylor hit a home run right after that. So the score could have been 6-4. The score would have been a 2-run game, but instead, it's a 5-4 game. The Phillies are able to tie the game up because in the 8th inning, Didi singles, Jay Bruce walks, Bohm singles with 2 strikes, and this thing was a beauty. I praised Jay Bruce the other night for taking that pitch for a ride opposite field and utilizing the entire field. Alec Bohm, 2 strikes, pokes it away, smooth swing. I mean, this thing is genius. I love his approach to the plate. That was his 3rd hit of the night, which is huge. And it loads the bases. Andrew Knapp was up at this point. He was pinch hit, though, for Andrew McCutchen. I really wanted to see Andrew Knapp make a big play. I really wanted to see Andrew Knapp have the big hit of the night so we could all yell at me and go, bro, you're so stupid. Look how good Andrew Knapp is after you crushed him for so damn long last season. But instead, Andrew McCutchen comes to the plate. What does he do? Well, he ends up grounding out, but it scores a run. And the Phillies tie the game up 5-5. 10th inning. Load the bases up. Sac fly for Bohm. Rest is history. The rest is history. Let's give some credit to some of the bullpen players. Blake Parker in the 10th had bases juiced. Worked out of it. Tommy Hunter came in a big moment. Did his job. JoJo Romero. This guy's unbelievable. This guy's a threat. This guy's a beauty when he comes out with the muzzy and the long hair. Love it. And he was pumping high 90s. Believe it or not, he was giving it full fetched. Bang, boom. How do you do? High 90s, firing it past guys. You know me and my love for this velocity coming out of the Philadelphia Phillies. Magnificent, beautiful, gorgeous, pretty, dominant JoJo Romero. And Hector Neris, 3 Ks. That's right. It looks like there's something to Hector Neris at the moment. Bullpen besides David Phelps? Yeah. But here's the thing. You know what, David Phelps, he did allow the homer. Team stepped up. Team had his back. Team produced another run. And team shut the door down when it came to the pitching and the rest of the bullpen. So it's not going to be every game where the bullpen goes out there and never allows a run. Runs are going to be given up. But can you then stop the bleeding? Can it only be one? Will it only be one? Will you score another run after that? Well, it looks like this team has put it together. And it looks like this team is a unit right now. And they're playing with confidence. And they have a lot of swag. And they're doing it without their top dogs being the lethal players that we know they can be. Bryce is struggling. He does this, though. And you'll see when he pops out of it. You'll know. There'll be a night where he gets 2 hits. There'll be a night after that where he follows that up with 2 hits. Then he'll get 1 hit, and then you go, all right, here we go. Here we go, it's coming. And then bang, 450 out of nowhere in a stretch. You know it's coming. This is what it's been throughout his career. You know it's going to happen. And the fact that they win 9 of 10 without him being the go-to guy, that's important. But he made the big play in right field. You can't forget about that play. That play is the difference in winning the game and losing the game. All around, though, the fact that Alec Bohm is out there getting 3 hits and getting the sac fly that scores the game-winning run in the bottom of the 10th inning, that's so important. This kid has stepped up into this lineup and been someone that this team can rely on. When he's in the box and they need a hit, I actually feel comfortable saying he's going to get the hit. I actually feel like he's going to step into that box and swing at beautiful pitches and put together a great at-bat. When he's at the dish, I'm confident in a hit. This kid just got called up. This is the kid's first year. This is his first go at it. And he's tearing up MLB pitching to this degree. 2 strikes, no problem. It doesn't matter what the count is. And that's even more mind-blowing. You get a rookie up there, you got 2 strikes on you, someone throws it away, you try and force it, you try and pull it, maybe you swing at a pitch down low in the dirt. No. Professional. Works the count. Uses the entire strike zone. He'll put it out in right field. It doesn't matter. And he's doing it consistently. It's not once in a while where you take away from and go, hey, look, he's doing this once in a while. That shows me what he can grow into. That shows me what he can develop into. No, it's none of that. It's he's doing it. And he's doing it all the time. And he's doing it every game. Now, if we can clean up the defense, it's a different story, right? If we can clean up the defense. I have a new partner who I'm planning to do some cool stuff with throughout the season. I'm teaming up with Philly's own Stateside Vodka. Stateside is the fastest growing craft spirit in Pennsylvania and the first vodka on the market with actively hydrate the consumer with an electrolyte composition. What's better than this? Stateside is headquartered in Old Kensington, Philadelphia. It's 7 times distilled, certified gluten-free, and top-of-the-line premium vodka. You know I love supporting Philly and locally owned businesses, which is why I'm so excited about Stateside Vodka. So next time you're thinking about buying Tito's, which operated in Cowboys country down in Texas, think to yourself, do I love the Eagles or do I love the Cowboys? We all know the answer. There's no better vodka than Stateside. It's award-winning and Philly produced. Go to statesidevodka.com for 10% off the best vodka out there with promo code BROADS on pickup or delivery. Yes, they deliver to counties of Philadelphia, Chester, Delaware, Montgomery, Bucks, Westmoreland, and Allegheny. Make sure you use promo code BROADS, 10% off. How is this team going to operate against the Mets? Are they going to continue this hot streak? Will they come out tomorrow night and keep the guns blazing and keep on firing and keep on hitting and keep this offense rolling? Will the pitching do its job? And if the starting pitching can't do its job, will the bullpen step up? Just think. Joe Girardi. Did he make the right decisions? I think, in my opinion, of the 2 questionable moves, pitching to Juan Soto and taking Zach Eflin, I can support not keeping Zach Eflin into the game. I can't support pitching to Juan Soto. So for me, it's 1 for 1. I know it's easy to go down the road of, Zach Eflin, why? He only had 82 pitches. Look, the bullpen's different now. It's somewhat reliable. And it's not as if Zach Eflin was some insane force out there where he was shut down and one of the best pitchers to ever do it. It wasn't his greatest performance. He allowed a bunch of hits. He had a 2-0 lead. He had a 4-2 lead. The lead was given up both times. What did you see out there? Because I didn't see someone who had it on 100%. That wasn't his A game. And I was okay with relying on the bullpen. Now, it didn't work. But that's hindsight. It's easy to say that now. At the time, I got it. I'm okay with it. It's not the most irrational thought process I've ever seen. It's not a Gabe Kapler move. Did I have to do that? Did I? Yes. Yes, I did. If I could find a way to crack into Gabe Kapler and chirp him just a little bit, well, then that makes it a good day. That's how I start my day. I don't even start my day with coffee anymore. I start my day by looking at pictures of Gabe Kapler and flipping them off. Well, that's absurd. I'm just having one of those crazy moments. Maybe it's me thriving off of that Philadelphia Flyers victory in double overtime. I don't even know what to do with my emotions right now. The Phillies are putting together wins. They have this unbelievable streak happening at the moment. The Flyers force a Game 7. Eagles start soon. It's good vibes. It's good vibes. I can't wait to play the Mets. I hate the Mets. I hate their logo. I hate their colors. I hate the face. And right now, with the way the Phillies are playing, can they maybe make a run for that division lead? Look at me right now. This is sick. I just mentioned the division lead. Here's the thing to realize, though. You're not going to consistently keep up this type of pace. It's not sustainable. It's not something that you can do long term. So at some point, you will see a bit of a downfall. But can they put a bunch of these wins together first before that downfall happens? Can they beat up on a Mets team who, well, it looks like they just continue to be the Mets? Whether it's Brody Van Wagenen saying what he's saying during what was he having, some sort of press conference? There was a hot mic involved. He's ripping apart Rob Manfred. And then you have the Mets putting out statements and they're spelling his name wrong. I mean, the Mets are just a legitimate joke. So whether it's the Mets being the Mets or whatever the case may be, I look at this as a great opportunity. I stare at this moment in the mirror and I go, hey, Phils, you can knock this out of the park. No pun intended. You can wax this team. No pun intended. Although, I don't know exactly who is on the bump tomorrow. So I'm going to look this up right now as we speak. Because if it's DeGrom, which I'm pretty sure I did hear that they might be lining up with DeGrom at some point this series, which they've been lucky and they've actually escaped the whole DeGrom thing. Where's this at? 7 o'clock game. Jake Arrieta versus Rick Porcello tomorrow. Where is that Mets? Spencer Howard versus Lugo. Okay. Hold on. I'm just making sure you don't have to see DeGrom. Okay, I was right. Sunday. But guess who's on the bump for the Phils? It rhymes with Schmer and Schmola. Well, that's going to be must-watch every pitch. Ew. Can we fast forward to that game? Can we fast forward to that tilt, please? Hopefully the Phils won the first two, and they go for the sweep that night. Or that afternoon, actually. That's a 1 o'clocker. That's where we'll end this one today, though. That's where we're going to end this one. Thank you all so much for listening, and I will see you next time.